top of the moment to you anywhere where you watch us. Today not Tuesday. Obviously the third day in the month of August 2021. And as it be Tuesday, say nothing else we take and do that. This is because property matter. That is we could galvanize you, we could encourage you to become landlord, landlady, to even own property for yourself. And the person where they join us to do this now, certified engineer. They talk about another person, but engineer Debo. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Chief. How are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Engineer will get certificate.
Then you certificate.
What's wrong with your voice this morning? Will I say you need more tea?
No, we don't begin the work since 6.
She? Good morning, viewers. How are you? How has it been? Hope you're enjoying yourself. And hope you are, you had fun during Ilea. I want to believe, okay? You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. So, last week, we started something.
We carry your travel memory.
We went to Bodija, Ibadan, you can imagine. And we said it's a series. So, today we will continue on that series.
I think before we continue, it's pertinent, so it's very good we open our phone lines now so that people go begin the call to Chukma.
Make them share their own story. What are the places they've experienced? How the place grew and things like that. It will really be lovely to hear from you guys.
Yeah, because last week now you've been telling us the very first housing estate. If you remember.
Yeah.
Ibadan.
Yes. Yeah. Now that Bodija estate.
Bodija estate. We even saw a pictorial representation which if our MCR still get them would like to show them again for those who they watch us watch the episode for the first time. Then another thing they say where me I take grow up.
Yeah.
When we they talk about Okota, just
Okota.
Somebody they tell me say even as at late 80s, that's 87, 88, 89, say all this place people where they stay for a solo on one in dark.
Yes, I can tell you that for a fact. I remember in my secondary school, I attended Asarudin College, Isolo.
Wow.
Yeah.
I attended Asarudin Comprehensive.
Comprehensive, okay.
That's why we are.
No. Okay, they people carry you to Okada before you attended it. Okay. So, I attended Asarudin College, Isolo. So, I remember that a friend of mine, he moved, so in my own set, then the way education is, they would take some primary schools and post them to some secondary schools. So there is this primary school in Osho, they call Methodist Primary School. Methodist Primary School and Asarudin Primary School is Solo, were the ones posted to Asarudin College School 1, in my set, So we're friends. So this guy, they are from Oshodi. Then towards the end of our secondary school, maybe around our Form 4 or 5, they moved, and he said they've moved close to the area, that they moved to Okota. We now said, okay, let's go and visit our friend, my brother. I would, in fact, we are staying in the Solo, we are schooling in Solo. Okota looked like traveling to the desert. There was a point, that Agor roundabout. That Agor roundabout. Once we pass that Agor roundabout, once we go to Agor roundabout like this, going straight, because where they stay is off Okot Palace Road, where they moved to. It was like you can count the number of vehicles you will see coming that way, or people even, or houses. This was late 80s, 86, 87. Yes, and people who stayed in Surulere, in Ijesha, this other side, fully developed already. They usually have farmhouses, farm settlements in Amuwo, Okota, and all of that. That's what they use Okota for, farming.
Farming. Person get land there now. God, don't bless
farming, that's what they use it for. In fact, a friend of mine wrote in his book, is someone that does things on rental income. He wrote in his book that his dad, a teacher, they grew up in that Ijesha side, that they actually used to farm in Amuwo, on Okota area. He never knew the value of properties. What separated them? A bridge. Just that bridge, just that express road is what separated the Surulere, the Sele Ijesha, and all of those areas, of Surulere now. That is Okota or Agor or Amuwo. Exactly. So Surulere versus this area, just that express road said they didn't see anything in that place other than the fact that it is a farmland. And it's a farmland. And that was how Okota grew. I remember when it rains, when they move schools, when they move schools to that area, there was a time that when it rains, you really cannot, in fact, some schools cannot open.
Because that place na red sand.
Yeah.
Red sand up to now.
Yeah, you know. So it's very interesting. If people can share how. So you saw it. You saw a bit of it.
So because that time you get one place where they call Oseni Liadi. Oseni don't develop now chemist bus stop.
Yeah.
Place now.
Oseni Liadi, yeah.
People they buy land
there now.
This person no get 70, 60 million no fit buy land. But as at 91, 92.
Yeah.
One night they come pay for our house.
Yeah.
We wake up come around 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So people go come they praise and say, man, you try that to did go. See chemist bus stop today. When we say now millions of naira say that to did go here the man wala ro kutukutu. Olu san ile san re o. That's just 92, 93.
Wow.
Now, if person go there now, I'm sure you can see half plot of 20, 30 million saved there.
You can imagine.
No half plot there yet. The whole place is done
full.
See, just that within that span of 92
to yes now.
And
so
my father tell me, see, then they use land beggar and that time.
See,
he say he go inside bush.
See, me inside bush.
Where he can't go now? What to one?
See, now the bushy of bush.
White sand,
white sand.
If to say wait small again, maybe for enter purple sand. Maybe no white sand.
Or no sand at all. Yes,
no
I know white sand for sure. Or no sand at all.
But that time, this Okota, everybody they do younger.
Yes.
Buy
land for that place.
You know, this bush area. Okota will do way.
I'm telling you, it's very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. You know what?
Make I ask you something. Yeah. What was the fate of Ilasa, Papa Jaumushin as at that time? What would they talk?
Okay, well, funny enough, Ilasa, Papa Jao and Co. were developed, though, far more developed. Yes, they were already far more developed.
Why?
Okota Amuwodofi were the last to develop in that area.
They say this Ajao no see drop.
Ajao also, this Ajao, you know, and the likes of, you say?
They say Ajao is no quick.
Yes, Ajao and Iriakari estates are like colleagues in terms of development. That was how they kind of developed together. You know, so they Ajao still developed earlier than Okota. Ajao still developed. So Ajao and Iriakari estate were like together. But you see this Amuwo and Okota or Ago and Amuwo were the last around that area. The last to develop. But the likes of Azan bus stop, Ilasa, Papa Ajao, those ones were developed though. They were already developed.
That influenced
Yes. They were already developed from Mushin. You know, Papa Ajao is from Mushin. You know that, and you know Mushin has been on for quite some time. Yeah. You know, so that's what helped them.
Also, the God's good.
Abba Oshodi has also developed before these ones. Oshodi also had developed. Oshodi had developed before this. These were after the likes of Oshodi, Papa Ajao and Co. That was when Isolo, Iriakari Estate particularly. You know, it was Ashamu that opened up Iriakari Estate. And Okota and Co. Godwamonua, but the main person was Ashamu. Ashamu was the don.
I'd be like you people.
I don't understand what you mean.
Be the estate agent that time.
Estate agent, okay. Well, I'm not an estate agent.
I'm
a real estate entrepreneur.
Now let's look into the future, because we have looked back.
Yeah.
We are now in the present. Let's look into the future. Most of these places, what would they see now, sir? What would they even call development now and everything? You as an expert, what do you think remains the fate of this kind of area in the next 20, 30 years? Okay,
so I will answer that question by telling you the discussion I had with a friend just yesterday in our office. So he came to the office to do something, so I saw him off. Just as we came out of the office, still in front of our office, he looked up and he saw a building that is being constructed, okay? And he said, I like that building. Then I told him that is the trend in this area right now. Our office is in Onigbongbo, if you understand. Onigbongbo is an established old area. When they were developing those areas, there were very few cars in Nigeria. So even the houses did not make provision for car park. things like that. That's the kind of area. But what is happening now is that there is regeneration taking place. Okay, most of those houses, they are either doing developmental lease with developers, or people are buying those properties and pulling them down and constructing at least something that you can say is more modern now. Do you understand? And that is what would happen. Areas like this are called brownfields. Brownfields, in the sense that they've been fully developed, and they are almost approaching obsolescence. Do you understand? The buildings are almost outdated, but there is no space anymore. If somebody wants to do anything, you would have to pull down buildings. You understand? Other than, compared to greenfields are areas that are just evolving, are just developing. You can still see land and buy and, and do what you want.
So all these things, where would they hear greenfield estate? It gets deeper meaning than just the normal surface green.
If the people will name and know the meaning, yes.
That's why I like you. You know what you are doing. You are an intelligent man. Yes, if the people know
what they are doing. But I figured that they have an idea. Because Greenfield Estate, for example, it was named, it's a place that you can buy land and build. Though it's almost fully developed now, but there is still opportunity there. So when they named it, I believe they found it an opportunity a place where people can come and develop. I want to believe that they were very well informed.
Okay, viewers at home, feel free, call us. Let's know where you grew up.
Abi?
How the community development
how it evolved.
Up till now, some people I get one friend for Igbobo, for Ikorodu. I tell you the story. I want to do Igbobo, ọjọ́ yẹn mo pàdé ejò lọ́nà.
Ejò
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. I no fit forget. I tell Bolanle, her name is Bolanle. I tell Bolanle Salisu. I tell Bolanle, I can never
come back here.
Sir, if you see Igbobo now, if they give me half plots, me ni ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́. I will just be thanking God.
The first time, I don't even think I saw the snake. But the first time I actually heard that a snake was killed around me was also in maybe 1982 or 83 when we first moved to Isolo. The fence, Irakari Estate. I grew up in Irakari Estate. Yeah, the fence. Okay, yeah, the fence. At the time we had dwarf fence in front of our house to the side. To the side was dwarf. It wasn't so high. So we sometimes sit on the fence, to talk and all of that. I think one of us, just wanted to sit, but looked in and saw that there is something like a ball.
Hi.
Do you know that he was putting his hand in to bring out the ball? As far as it's concerned, that was a ball. That was what do they call that snake? Oka.
Oka is a python.
Is that? The one that has... Oka is not python, okay? The one that rolls, and folds like that. That was how it was. It was when somebody now looked at, what are you trying to do? They said, he's trying to bring out the ball. Look at, okay, this is snake. They killed that snake and ate it. They cooked it and ate it. I couldn't participate in that. I'm telling you, that was what saved. I don't know which of my siblings, maybe my senior brother or junior one. So one of them was the one involved. That was the first time I saw snake.
Okay, can we take Samuel? Samuel, good morning.
Samuel from Bauchi. Yes, how are you?
Fine.
I'm sure you have some very good experience to share with us. Where did you grow up? I said, I'm sure you have some experience to share with us. Where did you grow up?
Okay, I grew up in Benue State.
Benue.
What part of Benue?
Otukpo.
I know Otukpo. Ben, one of our staff is from Otukpo.
Okay.
So, waiting housing be like in that place? How the development when you dey grow up and now? You're funny loud. If you're funny loud, we know if you talk together. You're my blast me.
I would have loved to hear. Please, let's call, please. Okay?
Okay, let's quickly go on this shaking break. Most definitely when we come back, we'll continue the topic, how community development take be for your own side. We will be right back. Go away. Yes, you're welcome back. If you just dey join us, waiting we dey do na property matter and I be the name of the program. And more we dey learn a lot on top of this particular episode where we dey talk about community development. That is how it was then, how it be now, how the thing be now, and how we are peeping into the future to see which community development could likely be in the future. Sir, if we say the essence or objective of this theme of discussion, shey na to encourage people say igbo ti ń dìgboro, make anybody no see anywhere as bush ni, or what can we call the major objective of this theme of discussion?
Well, majorly, is so that people can appreciate what real estate is all about. That there is no place you see now that does not have.
Sorry, sir.
Okay.
Jamiu
Jamiu.
from Bayelsa, how you dey?
Good morning, Jamiu. How are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah. You have some experiences to share with us?
Yes.
Good.
I remember my father told me something because hello?
Hello, we can hear you. Agege Okoba.
Agege Okoba, okay.
Yes, yes. So, when you want to buy
Network is really poor. But Agege, yeah, that's another place, you know. That's another place. As
even when I grew up, it's town.
yes, yes.
You cannot call again there. But when you told us that story, I'm like, oh, wow. So when I'm watching this program now, I say,
please repeat that story. You said when your father, when your dad wanted to buy land, we didn't get that part. The network was bad. When your father wanted to buy land in Agege, tell us again, please.
He said the way the place was, it's bush then.
Mm.
So he refused to buy the land there then.
Wow, he refused. Like what year was this? Do you know?
And his younger brother bought land there at Brooklyn Street. Brooklyn, the street is Brooklyn.
Wow.
He's supposed to buy land at the same place with his brother then. But because of the way the place, he refused to buy. And look at the
Which year? You feel remember the year?
I can't remember the year, but I believe that is before I was born 1981.
Before 1981. And then where did your dad now eventually buy land?
Abeokuta. Maybe na for ojú kini panseke abi.
Can you imagine? Hey. Thank you.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti dúró ní panseke, ó tún lọ kini nù after governor district road. Èèyàn lọ sí àwọn Ìtàmàgà. You know Ìtàmàgà?
Thank you. No,
Ìtàmàgà.
I don't know Ìtàmàgà. But there is a Kobapena in Abeokuta. That's a good area now.
Kini na popular for Abeokuta. This maybe I love you on Obasanjo farm yìí.
Ifo. Okay. Thank you very much for that. You can imagine. Now, this is what we say to people. Okay, this is what we say. He went to Agege around 1980 or maybe late 70s. He refused to buy because what? It was bush. His junior brother bought. When he woke up, guess what? Where he could buy? He had to go to Abeokuta.
Panseke, not ordinary.
You know, he had to go to Abeokuta. I'm sure that time, the Panseke when he got there was bush. He just remembered that he cannot repeat himself. Debayo,
good morning.
Debayo, how are you? Morning. Yeah. Morning. You want to share with us? Okay. Okay. Yeah. You know we buy. Shey? Wow.
35 naira.
Debayo, thank you so much.
Thank you.
No, you see, don't let us make a mistake though. The 35 naira then would also be some reasonable
No,
money.
good money, I know.
But it may be,
But yes.
it may not be money you cannot afford.
Oh,
It may not be, because it may be like, let's say, maybe it will be like 200,000 or something, or 300,000 now. Of 300,000 now, that somebody can still struggle to
But
get
na the
versus
bush,
2 million. Exactly. But now the bush no make am buy am. Now, bush don't become town. Funniest thing, we could not even cover what we wanted to cover. I wanted to tell you the story of Surulere. I think we will do that next week. You would so love it. This Surulere that is, Big Boys. You will see how it was the Surulere was a swampy vegetation, That was it. It was a swamp. It was used for farm land too.
I believe Surulere got his own exposure from island people.
Of course, that it was actually island people that were moved there. You want us to start it? Okay, maybe we can start it. It was Olowo people, really. Olowo. Olowo in Lagos Island was regarded as a slum and all of that. And then when they were going to do the second mainland bridge, around 1970 something, when they were going to do the second mainland bridge, they had to move people that the second mainland bridge would affect to an area. They had to resettle them. What they did was to move them from Olowo to Alaka and the Surulere area, Onile Gogoro. All those Onile Gogoro are not. They were projects done to resettle people from Olowo at the time.
Area.
Yes, and you would be surprised what it was. It was regarded as a vegetation, as a swamp.
People wait for island that time. They go the last
Lagos Island, they don't want to move now. They had to compensate them, do valuation and compensate them and all of that. Still, some people did not want to move, I'm sure some people still didn't move. So that you can go and...
13 plots. I want to be living inside the dome now.
No, but also there will be. You may not see the. You may not. So your children, if you are ready for your children to be ready.
Anywhere desert today, means or not be buzo desert.
No, there are places. If you want to buy land now, just go to, and you don't have so much money. Go to fringes.
10 acre.
How much is your small money?
Maybe if I even get like 1 million, it's only for me 10 acre. Or any call. See, that's how some people laugh.
You go. I don't know where you go for Lagos with 1 million to get 10 acre.
Oh, funny, Abi. But look at when they grow up that time.
No, wait. I don't say no funny. I say where you go with 1 million to get 10 acre for Lagos. I think say Lagos don't pass that one. You don't go be Lagos. You don't go be Lagos. That's your waiting you call. That's your Oyo. Around that area, I'm sure you will get something. For 10 acres, 1 million. 1 million. Go there and see now. 1 million. I'll go there and ask for land.
All those
Go there and ask for land. Land in Lagos, genuine land though, that has clear, no encumbrance on it and all. No matter how bad it bad, whether for Ikorodu or anywhere, swamp or anything, one plot, you go still get to pay like 300, 500 though. No matter how bad. I say place where be say, you go still 300, 500 maybe, And it's not a bad thing to buy. There are things now happening. But you see, real estate has to do with the kind of time you have. So if people wake up to it now, especially our young folks, if they wake up to real estate investment now and they know what they are doing, they will smile. I can imagine if someone is like about 25 years old now, and God helping you, you live up to 70 and above, and between your 25 and 30, you've done some real estate investment in some places. Wow. By the time you are 50, 55, you'll be shocked. The kind of wealth you come into.
Imagine say I buy them, even as birthday gift for year now.
Yes, that's the best thing we advise people to do for their children. Forever. That's what we actually advise parents to do for their kids. All of my children have land assets in their favor. That I mean, of course, when we were buying, it was instrumental. We'll see next week.
Next week, bye.
Yeah.